interesting insight, and there's a back and forth, and he listens to you, you listen to him, and it feels like a real conversation where you learn something, and you walk away going, boy, that's an interesting guy to talk to. I wish he was around more often, and he's not. The rest of the time he's not as engaging, probably on purpose, but maybe not. I don't know. He's just hard to figure sometimes. But I wish the guy that I talk to 2 or 3 times a year was around more often, because he is interesting. I just don't know that he knows how to handle himself that way. I think he's a guy who's been in the spotlight for a long time, since a young age, and has had a lot of people telling him how great he is for a long time, and that's kind of hard to deal with too sometimes. I don't know how many people would handle that well. He hasn't handled it nearly as well as others have. You know what I mean?
Switching gears now, with the news today of Clayton Kershaw's new contract, Dodgers making him the richest pitcher in Major League history, Tanaka now, do you think this has any effect on the Tanaka negotiations? I know the Dodgers were one of the players possibly going for him. What's the latest with Tanaka and the Yankees?
Well, they're still very interested, and there's still another week to go before the deadline, and I don't see any reason that it won't get that far, because it'll give teams one last chance to get their offer when it gets close to that deadline. So I think the Yankees are still a favorite here, but you remember there's still a lot of other teams that have money to spend. The Dodgers are still one of them, and I believe that the Yankees are going through every effort they can to get Tanaka, but ultimately it's not their choice. So I think they're prepared to offer him a very big contract.
Now, the big contract, is that fair to say they'd go over the $189 million number we've always heard about if they can get Tanaka?
Probably. If you ask me today, I think that Tanaka will end up with the Yankees, but that can obviously change in the next week very easily. I just think the Yankees have made this a priority and have the money and the cachet of being the Yankees that just may end up luring Tanaka there. But we'll know the answer to that within another week or so.
Yeah.
The 189, I think they've made pretty evident with their signings so far and the pursuit of Tanaka that they can't risk missing the playoffs a second year in a row. I think the approach to this offseason would have been a lot different if 2013 had turned out differently than it did.
Interesting.
But fell apart in a pretty crazy manner, and I don't think from a financial business standpoint they could risk missing the playoffs 2 years in a row. So they kind of had to, not scrap it all together, but take their chances with 189. And if they happen to be over it, so be it. The money that they save from A-Rod, even if it doesn't put them under 189, it's still a large portion. They get closer to 189, which means less of a tax that they pay out of the pocket. So it does have a benefit, even if losing the A-Rod contract does have a benefit beyond the $22 million or so off the top, even if they don't get under 189.
Let's just say the Yankees miss out on Tanaka. What's their plan if that doesn't work out?
I think they're likely going kind of back-end type guys, lower-cost guys. I don't think they have any intention of playing, at this point I don't believe they have any intention of playing in the high end of what's left in the free agent market, like Matt Garza, Ubaldo Jimenez, or Irvin Santana. Bronson Arroyo, those types of guys. I don't think they're paying more than $10 million a year for a starting pitcher, if it's not Tanaka, put it that way. I think they go a lot cheaper than that and try to fill the Yanks that way. It's not ideal, but especially because it puts more pressure on CC Sabathia, Kuroda, and Ivanova, since they would definitely be the top three without another top candidate joining that rotation, kind of filling in the back half. So I believe that's their plan at this point. It'll be a little bit clearer, hopefully, within about a week.
Great information, Sweeny. Thank you so much for taking some time today. I really appreciate it. Everybody make sure to follow Sweeny on Twitter. His handle is @YankeesWFAN. It's a great follow. Definitely be looking out for your reports. Sweeny, thank you so much.
Tom, thanks for having me. I appreciate it.